So, what do you think about when you hear the word Christmas? Maybe family, presents, friends? We just heard what Hector thinks about it, and similarly to how he explained his Christmas, I think about things a little differently from the way we usually do around here, and that's because my dad's from Norway. He grew up there, his whole side of the family lives over there, and because of this, I've been able to obtain a Norwegian citizenship and fly over there for the holidays every couple of years. And I think it's important to learn about not only important but interesting to learn about how people around the world celebrate the same holidays we do and how it's kind of different yet similar in some ways. And I just want to go over kind of some of the traditions we do over there and how we celebrate it. So Christmas over in Norway starts when the month of December starts, and it's customary throughout the whole month to give gifts to your children each day, and these are supposedly given by the Nisse, which are translates roughly, they're kind of like an unsettling version of the elves we have, and they're supposed to bring gifts. Santa Claus is called Julenisse, and Jule stands for Christmas. And the way my family does this is we usually have a smaller Christmas tree in a different room from the main one, and each night the Nisse bring us, me and my brother, gifts based on how we acted throughout the day. So if we were good, we'd get a gift, and if we weren't, we wouldn't get anything. We've definitely seen our fair share of nothing in that tree. Also, throughout the month, families will usually bake or go to a bakery and buy a pastry called julekake, which is it is raisins and cardamom, and it's usually baked in the form of a ring. And of course, all this is working up to the main few days of Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. And Christmas Eve in Norway, I think, is almost more important to the culture than Christmas Day. I'll get to that in a second. But before Christmas Eve is something called Little Christmas Eve, which is basically the night before Christmas Eve, December 23rd. They have a little white elephant type of game where everyone ends up with a gift kind of randomly, and it's kind of just a start to the whole process. And that leads us to Christmas Eve, which, like I said, is probably more important to people in Norway than Christmas Day, mainly because this is when we open all the gifts. So instead of Christmas morning, waking up, running out to the tree, getting your gifts, it all takes place on Christmas Eve that night, and I'm not really sure why, but that's usually how it goes, and I think it's actually kind of interesting, and I enjoy it. And most of the Christmas experience and activities in Norway take place at night rather than in the morning or throughout the day. And obviously the next day is Christmas Day, which isn't as important. Actually, I left out one thing about Christmas Eve, probably my favorite part of the Norwegian Christmas experience. It's just a little family tradition. Every family in Norway usually does it, and it's basically for lunch. There's a rice porridge, and in one of the bowls, each family member gets a bowl, and in one of the bowls there is an almond, and whoever gets this almond wins, basically bragging rights, or also a marzipan pig, which is like an almond candy, kind of. It's pretty good. But that's basically that. That's my favorite part, I would say. And then Christmas Day. So Christmas Day is all about dinner, usually. And the dinner is definitely very different. It starts out with a dish called ribba, which is a pork belly, and it's baked and the skin gets crispy on top, and it's definitely sounds better than it tastes, in my opinion, but it's much better than the next thing, which is called lutefisk. And the best way to describe that here is probably as a gelatinous, clear, like see-through, flavorless fish. That's a no. It's also, it's usually accompanied by veal and pork sausages, type of sauerkraut, and another fermented jarred fish. They're really big on the fish stuff over there. And that's usually opposed to the turkey or ham or whatever you might do over here, which I prefer. But overall, that pretty much sums up our little Christmas traditions. And in the end, I think, although there's a lot of differences and little intricacies in the celebrations, it's really all the same. I don't think it's really about how you open your gifts or when you open them, but rather who you open them with. And like Hector said, about bringing your family together. Because for me, it's super important because my family lives across the world, so I don't really get to see them too often. And to be able to go over there for Christmas and celebrate that holiday with them their way is really special to me. And I think it really shows the importance of how Christmas brings us together, and how even though here you might eat the turkey or ham or whatever, and over there we might be eating ribba and lutefisk. In the end, we really all reach the same goal of bringing ourselves together as one and connecting as a family. Thank you.